Hello, Assalamualaikum. I'm Faiza from UTEM Center for Academic Excellence and Scholarships. Okay, I'm going to share with you about problem-based learning. I hope that every one of you could like and share and subscribe to this channel. Yeah. So for today, this is the part one. I'm talking about the introduction of problem-based learning. Alright, so what is problem-based learning? Actually, there are no single definition. What means by PBL, yeah? And what is so important, if you can see here, the report from the ministry and from the industry about our student passive attitude, lack of the soft skill, especially on their presentation, leadership, communication skills. So that's why uh, this innovation, yeah, this problem-based learning is the best method. PBL is not new. Some people said PBL is old wine in the new bottle, right? Because it started from the long time ago, and many innovation improvement has been done. So that's why we can hear that there are have like POPBL, okay, cooperative PBL, and many more. All right. So in our center, we offer many training on OBE, active learning. This is all to support the implementation of PBL, and this also is one of my passionate area because this is the extension of my PhD project and also my short grant, yeah, working on this PBL project. Okay, let's see here this one, the star, yeah. So based on this paper, 20th January, it seems that the challenging, right, in academic institution is the soft skill, and it's very hard also to develop and to measure the soft skill. And we can see here from this World Economic Forum also mentioned about the skill outlook, yeah, 2022. We can see here the analytical thinking and innovation, active learning. So this is all the soft skill that needed for our future ready graduate. And PBL is one of the approach that could help to enhance, right, to groom our students' soft skill. All right, so let me start with various teaching method. I'm quite sure that every one of you have your own teaching method, right? And like for example, we have learner centered, teacher centered, process based, project based, PBL, and sometimes even no method also is a method, right? So what actually PBL? Some people say PBL is an approach. Some authors say PBL is a method, and also some people say this is a technique. So what is PBL actually? All right, so we will discover that one later. All right, let's say this one. What is the indicator to measure our online quality teaching, right? So now everybody in during this PKP, right? Everyone embark on the online education. So this is some of the indicator that we need to take into account if we implement the online education, the design, support, yeah, instruction between instructor and also the student, interaction between peer, classmate, and also interaction between content. So I highlight this one because content, when we talk about content actually is something related to problem-based learning. How actually we configure, how actually we architecture the curator, the content so that it could be easily understood by our student. The interaction also is can be happen using PBL. Alright, so normally I will ask, okay, what actually the factor normally you think affect your teaching method in the classroom, right? Sometimes people said that maybe because of your professional knowledge, because sometimes you are, I mean, like you are just back from your PhD and you need to teach a subject that which is not your area, not your the expertise. So sometimes that also will impact the way we teach in the classroom, the size of the class, the numbers of the student, your belief, okay, your view, your personal confidence, environment, personal quality. This could affect, the way we choose method, whatever method in our classroom. All right. Surface. Okay. Normally, this one is the we ask the student to memorize information, right, without meaningful framework. I mean, we teach them only the surface and ask them to do their own learning. And PBL is a deep approach, meaning that student will understand, okay, the knowledge will retain, okay, it is long lasting, right, in their brain, in their mind, because they not really understand and accept the concept, right? They have to dig into the detail of the content, try to do some connection, relate the concept so that they will enhance their cognitive parts. Yeah? Normally for lecturer in university, they should understand that we are not teaching the school kids, yeah? So we are not using the pedagogy. We use the andragogy, which is for adult learning. Yeah? So for andragogy, normally we expect students, they are adult learner and they have to behave like adult. So meaning that they need to have the curiosity, they need to be responsible towards their own successful of their learning. All right, they are not like tend to be less subject centered. And normally that's why we use the problem based learning, because we ask them to make use their creativity, analytical thinking, so that they can solve the real problem. Okay, they are motivated, the self motivated is important. All right, I like to show this one, right? Okay, you can see many bubbles here. This is all the balloon regarding the methods. Yeah? You can see here like concept map, debate, role play. Maybe one of you can define what is your method in your classroom. Like you use role play, you use the drama in order to teach your certain topic. Maybe simulation in order to explain about the engineering, yeah, about the energy, for example. Right, the basic of all, normally what we need to understand is we have TAMT. T is the theory, right? So theory is the underlying principle, the main umbrella. We have three main theoretical, yeah, in the learning. So we have the constructivist, behaviorist, and cognitivist, right? And PBL is the best example of constructivist, whereby students will enhance their understanding, construct their knowledge in order to understand certain topic. All right, and what is A? Okay, so is approach. Okay, meaning that some people say PBL also is an approach. Approach we have two, like student centered or lecturer centered. Okay, so most of the time nowadays we use student centered learning, and we have method. Okay, PBL is a method. All right, I like to use PBL as a method because we use that, and in order to run the PBL, they have the technique. This T at the end here is a technique. Maybe you use filler, you have whatever technique, right? Problem scenario, crafting, you have the scaffolding. That is all the technique in PBL methods. All right. So as I said, there is no single definition. So this is two of the main definition that can be used. All right. And in term of Malaysia, all right. So in term of Malaysia, so this is some of the university in Malaysia that use PBL. Okay, so like in various field. All right. So what count as PBL? They must have all these. There are many definitions. There are many characteristics. I like this all five. Yeah. Start with the problem scenario. Is it ill-structured problem scenario, meaning that no single answer is a real, okay, authentic. And student will solve the problem. At the same time, they will construct their understanding, their knowledge by solving the problem. And they must bring the responsibility. Meaning that normally what I did is in my classroom, I will ask the student to come up with the ground rules. Yeah. For example, like every student in the group must have equal right to ask questions. Everyone must come on time for the meeting. So they have to rotate their role. Like for now, for this project, you will be the project leader, you will be the scriber. So they have to play different role for different type of the project. So normally I will give in one semester maybe two problem-based learning, because I cannot use the whole PBL in one semester. It's quite heavy for student. Yeah. So normally the student learning time need to be count properly, so that we fair to student. Like we want them to enhance their soft skill, and also we want them to enhance their understanding, but at the same time also we must measure all their student learning time. For example, like in order to do the separate meeting, make sure they submit to me their proper evidence that they have the meeting, maybe the minute of the meeting. Yeah, for example, Alright, so this is the based on Elaine 2016. So you, I mean, like we have different characteristic of compact PBL and also the traditional teaching methods. Yeah. So reflection is very important, right? So that's why normally we ask the student to do some reflection so that we can check how much they understand, which part they still blur, right? Because they need to do also some group and individual work, right? So collaboration is very important, all right? And medium size because we don't want sleeping partner in the group, all right? And lecturer also, if you want to do PBL, you need to have the facilitation skill. So come to any learning training in order to understand what is the do and don't and how you can enhance the facilitation skill. So this is like the normal, you are talking to the whiteboard, right? But now in PBL, you can see that students communicate, discuss, argue, present. Okay, so that is all very important. All right, so thank you very much. We will stop for this part for the PBL introduction. I hope that every one of you get some idea, and don't forget, we see you again in PBL part 2. Thank you.